We're joined by Mr. Deepak Kannan from S&P Global Commodities Insights. Let's see what are some major trends in the coal pricing area. So what are some major trends that you're witnessing right now?
See, right now, after the power crisis that we saw last year, there has been a lot of talk about coal now being spoken about. You know, a lot of people had said coal is already dead, but now it's alive and kicking, right? So we are seeing that trend happening where Europe was not buying much of coal. Now they are also scrambling to ensure that they have sufficient stockpiles. And Asia has always been the hotspot for the coal markets, especially you are talking about growing economies here. A lot of Southeast Asian nations, or even for that matter, South Asian nations themselves. There is a lot of demand emerging for growing power requirements. And we have countries like India, China, which have huge reserves of coal, right? So when you have something in your backyard, why would you want to look at something else as an option? So here, when I talk about coal, you already have the ready infrastructure. You already have the shipping freight routes well defined. You have supplying consuming regions in close proximity. So naturally, that coal consumption and coal fired power generation will be ongoing at least until at certain point of time when we see more stability in renewables getting added, in terms of technology getting well developed and well defined as well.
And so now that, like you said, that India has a position when it comes to coal reserves, right? But then how can we better comply so that the pollution, so that the energy that we are creating does not cause a lot of pollution, is relatively greener?
Right. So, look, coal, as we speak, India's calorific value is very low and very high ash content. So, the first priority should be to upgrade the quality of coal. So, coal washeries are very important, where you can remove some of the impurities from coal and also upgrade the calorific value of coal. Now, India has opened up a lot of commercial mining as well for auctions, and whatever comes out of the ground, we are not sure. So, whatever comes out, it needs to be upgraded in terms of calorific value, so that you are able to achieve that high emission, high efficiency, low emission method, where pollution can be brought down a bit. Also, setting up other facilities like carbon capture, and some of the coal gasification projects that are ongoing, that are also something which is being used, which has been done using coal as well, right? So, and coal bed methane capture. So all these are very important steps in terms of bringing down the pollution levels.
And so, what are some trends that investors should keep in mind, especially when looking at coal as a commodity in the markets?
A lot of international banks, as you know, have walked away from financing coal-fired power projects. So, financing is a big issue where we are talking about growing economies here. We are continuing to see a lot more coal-fired capacities getting added. But on the supply side, say for example, big exporters like Australia or Indonesia, not too many capacity expansions are happening on the supply side. So the demand is growing, but the supply side can remain stagnant. So the major issue here is to maintain that healthy balance between supply and demand, so that everyone is on a level playing field.
Interesting. Thank you so much for taking out the time and talking to us. Thank you, sir.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.